What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unreal Fest. Thank you so much for joining us here in Stockholm. Heard the trains were down, so we're running a little behind. I thought everything was really efficient here in Sweden. We're getting there. This is an amazing city. It's also an important hub for Epic. Our local office is just down the road, somewhere around here, and the Quixel team was co-founded here. Some of our most innovative customers and partners are based in Sweden, so it made a lot of sense to bring Unreal Fest Europe to a city where so many of you are using Unreal to make amazing products to bring it out to the world. And Epic's here to help. Our goal is to empower you to make amazing games and experiences by sharing the tools and the technology that we use to make our own products. And this goes beyond just the engine. It also includes Epic Online Services, Epic Game Store, and the Fortnite ecosystem. You should be able to build whatever you want to build at scale, productively and efficiently, and most importantly, economically. It's been a really busy year for us, as always. We've released a lot of major updates to our tools to help you build smarter and go faster. We launched Unreal Engine 5.6 at Fest in Orlando last June with a focus on hitting 60 frames per second in large open worlds. And we demonstrated this with the incredible Witcher 4 tech demo that was done in collaboration with our friends at CD Projekt Red. MetaHuman is now production ready and is directly accessible for free within the engine. I usually get an applause with free, guys, come on. We like free. Reality Scan made the leap to 2.0 in both desktop and mobile versions, and Twinmotion advanced, and it now supports visualization workflows across not just architecture, but automotive, consumer products, fashion. We even see film producers using it for set design. Just amazing work with that team and all of our team. So over the next couple days, you're going to hear from leaders who are using all these tools to redefine what's possible in their respective industries. They're going to share how they've tackled complex challenges, how they've streamlined their pipelines and brought innovation to their markets. Let's showcase a few awesome projects from the region, starting with a team that celebrated a hugely successful launch earlier this year. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, my name is Oscar Volontis and I'm the COO of Hazelight Studios. When we started up Hazelight many years ago, the question came up of what game engine to use for our first title. The core team that founded Hazelight had just shipped Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons on Unreal 3. But we wanted to take a proper look at what was really out there. The decision quickly fell on the then newly released Unreal 4, giving us that balance of being able to realize the creative vision for Hazelight's first game, A Way Out, while also keeping the team size small. One of the main reasons we stuck with Unreal 4 during the development of our second title, It Takes Two, and then transitioned over to Unreal 5 for our latest game, Split Fiction, is the combination of Unreal always being very powerful at its core, while also allowing our team to adapt the engine to fit all of our very specific needs. We have now released 3 co-op split-screen games on Unreal, and for every new game, we've been able to implement even more crazy innovative game design and push our game worlds even further. And without risking saying too much, we are already developing our next big thing, of course, and we're doing it on Unreal 5. Like always, prepare to have your minds completely blown. I'm sad that me and Joseph couldn't be there with you today, but we both hope you have a great time at Unreal Fest in our home city of Stockholm. Catch you at the next one.
Thanks so much to the team at Hazelight. I know there's a few of you out there. We can't wait to learn more about your next Unreal Engine 5 project. Now, let's take a look to the automotive industry. Car makers like Lotus have embraced Unreal Engine throughout the entire product lifecycle, from designing to engineering to marketing and to the actual driver experience in the new digital cockpit. The Lotus team was cool enough to bring their latest Maya to the expo, so be sure to go out there on the floor and check out their new Unreal-powered HMI. It's a beautiful car. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. The Aston Martin Aramco F1 team recently unveiled their new challenger, the AMR 25, and they unveiled it with a stunning launch film fully rendered in Unreal Engine. Their approach was to really bend reality within a fictional environment to demonstrate the extreme craftsmanship that goes into making a new car for the world's most technologically advanced sport. It's rendered with over 2,300 final frames, 4.2 million triangles for the car model alone, and over 1.8 billion triangle vertices across its environments. That's a lot of triangles. The results are stunning. Last year, the European Space Agency released Lunar Horizons. This was an immersive Fortnite island that educated players on the wonders of space science. I played it with my daughters at home. It was awesome. Now they're here at Fest to show us how they're using Unreal Engine to advance spaceflight and exploration, using multiplayer VR to enable collaboration among astronauts on board, astronauts on Earth, and then, trainers on Earth, and then astronauts on board the International Space Station. So they're taking Unreal to space. We love it. Check out their talk later today and get a look at a simulation of the lunar South Pole and a digital twin of their facility in Cologne that's used to train crews for future space missions. In the world of media and entertainment, Dimension Studio has been leading the way with Unreal Engine virtual production and more recently, real-time animation. Later today, they'll be doing a deep dive on how they animate in Unreal and use real-time workflows to supercharge projects like their new animated feature, Gone Bananas. Turning our focus back to games, while the industry's been facing a lot of headwinds in the last couple of years, we're still seeing independent studios inspire us by taking risks with and really breaking through with new original IP. And we feel Unreal Engine is finally leveling the playing field, enabling small teams to make AAA quality games without the AAA quality budget or the AAA quality timelines. And we're also seeing more and more UE-powered mobile games topping the charts, particularly in China, where 5 of the top 10 grossing games on iOS right now are built with UE. Mobile developers, we're seeing them start to shift over to UE5 so they can capitalize on the increasing player demand for higher performance, more immersive mobile games. And one of these mobile games I'd like to highlight here out of Korea is Ion 2 from NCSoft. This is the highly anticipated sequel to their 2008 hit that's launching on mobile and PC this year. I actually had the opportunity to play it while I was in Korea for Unreal Fest Seoul a couple weeks ago, and it looks incredible, and they're really pushing the boundaries of what's possible on mobile without sacrificing performance. It's really cool to see. We're committed to improving mobile development experiences and performance across as many devices as possible. We had a lot of great features and improvements that launched with 5.6 and 5.7. There's more to come. And if you'd like to learn more about getting started with Unreal Engine mobile development, we've got a few sessions that you definitely should attend. And if you scan this QR code, you can check out our mobile docs, which have just gotten a major refresh. There's one more team we'd like to congratulate on their recent achievements using Unreal Engine. Let's hear a few words from Hangar 13 in London, who recently launched Mafia: The Old Country for PC and console.
Hey Unreal Fest, I'm Nick Baines, president of Hangar 13, the studio behind Mafia: The Old Country. It was such a thrill to bring Mafia back to players after 9 years since the last new Mafia story. And it was especially exciting for us because it was our first game on UE5. Unreal Engine really enabled us to lean into all the strengths of the Mafia franchise. You know, we're well known for cinematic storytelling, immersing the player in these beautiful, authentic worlds, and really allowing players to play the mob movie. It's been incredible using Nanite turned up to 11 to create these amazingly detailed environments. The world looks so beautiful and the lighting is so natural in a period where, you know, there wasn't that much artificial light. Lumen really allowed us to create such an authentic world. And also MetaHuman, which, you know, allowed us to capture the actors' performances and bring them across in a way that, you know, really certainly never been seen in a Mafia game before, and possibly not in many other games to that level of fidelity. So when you mix this amazing tool with a world-class team, these are the kind of results you get. And then on top of all that, the game performs really well on all platforms, and, you know, that's thanks to the hard work of my team, obviously, but also the incredible support we got from Epic, the whole Unreal support team. So thank you, Unreal. Thank you, Epic. Thank you to my team back at Hangar 13, and everyone. Have a great Unreal Fest.
Thank you, Nick. We're so grateful for our partnership with Hangar 13 and 2K Games. That one's actually queued up on my PS5 to play when I get home. Now that you've seen a lot of the incredible work happening across industries, I'm going to hand the stage over to one of the studios that's leading the charge here in Sweden. Paradox Interactive is one of the most respected and long-standing publishers in Europe, known for games that are deep, ambitious, and always player first. They're bringing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 to players next month, and if you haven't seen the awesome previews, don't worry, they're here to tell you more. Let's check out the trailer.
It brought you here, my fire. My fire.
Don't listen!
Your reputation is legend.
Oh my, I think I know what you are.
So weary is the wanderer that treads on the fertile soil.
Hello everyone, it's great to be here. My name is Fred Wester and I'm the CEO of Paradox Interactive. And for those of you who know Paradox, you probably know us through our deep and complex strategy and management games. But today I'm here to talk about another game in our portfolio, namely Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. This is obviously a game that's been in the works for quite some time. And now we're happy to say it launches within a month. October 21st. And being able, thank you, being able to stand here and show more of what the developers at the Chinese room have created is a truly special feeling for us. And I hope you guys are excited, but I think no one is more excited than I am. A lot of games in general give their players the ability to experience a power fantasy. And Vampire the Masquerade, already as a tabletop RPG, has always been about that. It's moving through the world as someone powerful and someone dangerous. We sometimes use the tagline, "You are the monster." We knew a video game version of Vampire the Masquerade needed to feel forceful, intense, visceral. After all, you're an elder vampire, and you're going to feel like one in this game. We've created an experience where players will step into the world of darkness and play with a great selection of vampiric powers and take on the deadly role of their choice, whether it's an overpowering brawler, an invisible assassin, or a master manipulator. And each of these fantasies come to unlife using the fantastic tools we use to create this unique game. One of the most powerful ways Unreal Engine 5 has helped us bring Bloodlines 2 to life is by giving us tools that make combat and vampire powers feel dynamic, thrilling, and immersive. We use a system called the Gameplay Ability System that essentially allows us to build supernatural powers like a toolkit. Plugging in vampire abilities like shadow leaps, blood powers, and clan-specific skills and combining them in different exciting ways. This means we can create dozens of combat abilities quickly and test them rapidly as well, finding just the right balance to make gameplay feel smooth and reactive. Not only players can use these powers though, because your enemies can too, and therefore you never know really what you're up against in this game. That unpredictability makes every encounter in this game feel alive. And what's more, this system allowed our designers and engineers to work together faster, shaping the game into what it is now, a rich, supernatural playground where your choices of clan and powers really affect your style of play. It's thanks to Unreal Engine 5 that we could achieve this level of depth and fluidity. It's not just about making things look good. It's about giving players a truly responsive and immersive experience, and that's what makes Bloodlines 2 special. Lighting is one of those things you don't always think about, but you can feel it in the game. With Unreal Engine 5's lighting technology, Lumen, Bloodlines 2 looks stunning, moody, and atmospheric right from the first second. Instead of taking hours to pre-calculate lighting, like in the past, our team could light the world dynamically and instantly. What does that mean for players? It means every shadow, every glow, every neon light, every flicker of candlelight reacts to the world around it in real time, which makes the world, the town of Seattle in this game, feel alive. For our developers, it's been a game changer. They could experiment and adjust lighting on the fly, making sure every scene felt exactly right. This is crucial when you're telling a dark, immersive vampire story, of course, and it lets us put our energy into crafting mood, tone, and tension, not into waiting around for lighting to render. And that kind of freedom is what helped Bloodlines 2 become the most visually arresting game we've ever created at Paradox Interactive. So to wrap up this presentation about the game, I'm going to finish off with another trailer of the game. And like I said, October 21st, I hope to see you all in the world of darkness. Thank you very much.
All right, huge thanks for being here. Fred, we can't wait to play Bloodlines 2. Okay, you've seen what developers are building. Now let's talk about how we're improving the tools that power it all. To walk us through what's next for Unreal Engine, please welcome my friend, Simon Tourangeau.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here in beautiful Stockholm. Sweden's game development scene has had a massive impact on the industry, so I'm very excited to be in this room with such a creative and talented crowd. 3 months ago, we launched Unreal Engine 5.6, where we focused heavily on performance. Across rendering, simulation, animation, streaming, and mobile, the goal was simple. Help developers build bigger worlds with higher fidelity and faster frame rates across all platforms. And to prove it works in real AAA production, we partnered with CD Projekt Red on the Witcher 4 technical showcase. Their ambition and technical chops made them the perfect collaborators to help us push UE5 even further. Through this project, we doubled Lumen's ray tracing speed, hitting 60 FPS on consoles. And we rewrote the rendering pipeline for better async performance. We also saw massive improvements to chaos physics, with Chaos Clot reacting faster and more accurately, Chaos Flash creating hyper-realistic muscle simulations, and Niagara Fluids baking high-end water flow with no runtime cost. We introduced a new sequencer tool for smoother transitions between gameplay and cinematics, multi-character motion matching for seamless interactions, and layered physics-driven control rigs to improve secondary animations. 5.6 also brought massive improvements to streaming and cut load times by up to 90% thanks to ASIC physics state creation, GPU-based scatter, and the new Fast Geo plugin. And on mobile, we reduced package sizes, improved Vulkan support, and made testing faster with new preview tools and on-device iteration. So what you see in editor is closer to what you get on device. Unreal Engine 5.6 was all about unlocking performance so you can create bigger, better, and faster worlds on every platform. And we're not slowing down. Let's take a look at what's coming in 5.7 with the preview available today. One of the biggest features in the Witcher showcase, Night Foliage, is now available in 5.7 as experimental. With it, you can render and animate dense, high-detail foliage for large open worlds at 60 FPS on current-gen hardware. And with the nanite voxel rendering, used when trees are in the distance, there are no crossfades, no pops, and no need to alter LODs. And with nanite assemblies, building blocks are used to efficiently manage asset variations, reduce memory storage, and rendering cost. As for broadleaf tree support, while they already look great, you can expect them to look even better in the next release. Now, to add vegetation to your scenes, you can use our new procedural vegetation editor. It ships in 5.7 as an experimental feature, along with some Quixel assets called mega plants available on Fab. Now, to light your scenes, mega lights remove shadow casting light limitations. It also makes it possible to render textured area lights that can be used for billboards, monitors, and other emissive materials. With 5.7, we've made significant improvements to mega lights by refining lighting quality and stability and adding support for directional light, air grooms, translucency lighting, as well as Niagara particle lights. We also added performance tuning controls to manage resolution, scale, and update rate. And with all that, Mega Lights is now better. Another important rendering feature is Substrate, which replaces Unreal's traditional shading model. It uses enhanced lighting models and improves energy conservation for better physical accuracy. It now supports all the features of legacy materials on all UE5 target platforms at performance parity. And in high-end use cases, it offers capabilities we never had before, like rendering materials with complex layered topology. Substrate is now production ready and enabled by default for new projects. Alongside it, we will soon be releasing a new Substrate material pack to help you get started. Now, if you remember, back in 5.2, we released our first version of our procedural content generation framework, or PCG. With 5.7, we've continued optimizing GPU generation and game thread performance, and it's now almost twice as fast as we were in 5.5. We also focused on usability and customization. With the new editor mode, using PCG tools in editor becomes much easier, and it can be extended to fit your specific needs. And with all this, PCG is now production ready. Unreal Engine is also used by many industries beyond games, like media and entertainment, powering projects in film, TV, broadcast, and live events. And it's been amazing to see how the industry is embracing the technology to push the craft forward. UE5 6 represented our biggest release for animation authoring, with a focus on performance, usability, and quality of life. 5.7 continues that work, enhancing the tools with features like selection sets, debugging, and sculpting workflows for rigging. Our performance capture tools are now even more powerful than ever, enabling you to retarget, record, and edit directly in UE. And productions can leverage the cinematic assembly tools to set up their project and manage their shot pipelines. UE5 7 also introduces an all-new composer rebuilt from the ground up to offer real-time compositing of live-action footage in Engine. And finally, our motion design toolset, built for creating dynamic broadcast presentations and animated visual effects, is now production ready. Now let's shift gears to automotive. With 5.7, we are delivering our first major quality of life update for automotive visualization. We've added new display modes designed to highlight things like surface direction, material response, and geometry, so designers can review models faster and more effectively. These improvements will make it easier to represent authentic design intent with less guesswork. Several months ago, we launched the AI-powered Epic Developer Assistant on the Epic Developer Community website to help UEFN creators get quick answers to technical questions and to generate working verse code for their games. Since then, thousands of UEFN creators have used this tool, and today we're excited to announce that you can now access the Unreal Engine version of the Developer Assistant on the Epic Developer Community website. And with 5.7, you'll also be able to access it directly in the Unreal Editor, providing you clear, in-context guidance, explanations, and C++ code generation right where you need it. This is a first step on a much longer journey to explore how AI-assisted workflows can empower developers to do even more amazing things with Unreal. We look forward to refining and expanding its capabilities with your feedback in the months and years ahead. From nanite foliage to megalights, from PCG to substrate, from media entertainment to automotive, every update coming in 5.7 was designed with one goal in mind: to help you move faster, create smarter, and push your vision further. Attend our multiple sessions this week to learn more about Unreal Engine. We hope these tools open new doors for you and your teams, and we can't wait to see what you build next. Thank you all, and now join me in welcoming Stacy from the Fortnite ecosystem team.
Thanks, Simon. Every day, millions of players come to Fortnite to access an ever-growing library of games from indie creators and professional studios, spanning action, survival, social roleplay, and horror, just to name a few. Unreal Editor for Fortnite enables you to design, develop, and publish content directly into Fortnite using many of Unreal Engine's powerful tools. Plus, features and workflows unique to UEFN that help you bring your ideas to life quickly. Fortnite creators are shaping the future of the ecosystem, using the engine to build games, live events, and concerts across every genre for Fortnite players around the globe. Last week, we announced major updates to the creator ecosystem. Starting in December, you will be able to sell items directly from your Fortnite islands, opening up new revenue potential, in addition to receiving engagement payouts from Fortnite item shop sales. You will use a verse-based API and new UEFN tools to create and offer purchasable, durable, and consumable items in your games. Along with this, we announced that we will be offering an industry-leading share of in-game sales distributed to creators. You will continue to get paid through engagement payouts. Starting November 1st, we are updating the engagement payout formula to better reward creators for acquiring new and lapsed players, with attribution driven by signals like direct links, search, and first-day playtime. Retention rewards will now focus on island-specific retention, and only paying players will count towards engagement metrics to combat fraud. In November, a new prominent sponsored row will be added to Discover. You can choose to bid for placement in the sponsored row through transparent market data and auctions. Long-term, 50% of sponsorship revenue generated by sponsored row will go into the engagement payout pool, boosting the pool size for all creators. From launch through the end of 2026, this rate will be 100%. With integrated insights, A/B testing, and publishing tools, Sponsored Row is designed to fuel a cycle of visibility, analytics, and audience growth. In the next few months, we'll also be launching Fortnite creator communities, giving you direct ways to connect with players. You'll be able to build community forums, post updates, events, and gather feedback across island lobbies, pages, and a new Discover row with support for text and images. Players can like posts in-game, reply on the web, and get notifications from creators they follow. Opening these dedicated channels for engagement and feedback are critical to building lasting communities. While there's much to look forward to in the months ahead, we've also been working to strengthen the features creators rely on. In June, we released Scene Graph, a new foundational layer of the engine that unifies the editor and runtime representations of the scene, making everything you build accessible through verse code. And to help you write that verse code, we introduced the AI-powered Epic Developer Assistant to help you build better in UEFN. We also announced new toolsets coming for creators from beloved IPs, including Squid Game, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Star Wars, giving creators the power to build immersive experiences from some of the world's most iconic stories. Since the August launch of Squid Game, we've seen over 84 million island plays across the game collection. This is part of what makes Fortnite special. Creators and world-class IP coming together to give players unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experiences to enjoy together. Fortnite continues to grow as an open ecosystem with tools like Discover Performance Snapshot, which tracks island metrics such as impressions, session length, retention, and the Data API, which provides engagement and retention insights across islands, empowering creators to launch, grow, and optimize their games. And we, of course, are continuing to develop and improve the tools that give you the freedom to build any game you desire. The upcoming experimental release of the Persona device will bring AI-driven experiences to islands through LLM-powered NPCs. This opens the door to dynamic storytelling and interaction, changing how players can engage with the world and its characters. With the Persona device, you'll be able to bring characters to life by crafting unique personas and conversations that adapt to the player's choices. No two interactions are the same, with each player's input shaping the dialogue in real time, allowing personas to grow, respond, and evolve in unexpected ways. Next on the roadmap is the experimental release of custom inventory and items, which allows you to modify, customize, or completely replace the default inventory. You can design original items with unique properties and build gameplay systems centered around inventory interactions. From in-game economies to crafting mechanics and more, creators will find items to be a cornerstone of gameplay, unlocking even more ways to create distinct and engaging player experiences. General purpose physics beta also launches next month, allowing for realistic, physics-based interactions ranging from character movement to dynamic props to support sports games, puzzles, and any gameplay reliant on physical simulation. Check out our public roadmap for the latest updates on what is coming to UEFN. With Fortnite available worldwide on Android and back on iOS in the United States and the EU, mobile is a growing opportunity to reach more players. It is a core growth area for Fortnite's future and creators looking to reach the broadest audience. We know that building mobile-friendly games with UEFN is not easy today. We recently released the ability to bind actions to standard Fortnite HUD controls to improve the creator and player experience. And later this year, we'll provide new tooling to preview the mobile experience on desktop. We also just shared new documentation outlining mobile development best practices and how to optimize existing games for a mobile audience. This work is just the beginning, and you can expect even more quality of life improvements to mobile later this year and next. For the remainder of the year, we're dedicated to expanding platform capabilities, refining the mobile experience, and unlocking more creative expression. We're grateful for the contributions, creativity, and passion that you have brought and continue to bring to the ecosystem. Here to speak about his own journey developing in UEFN, please help me welcome Magnus Annebæk.
Hello everyone, my name is Magnus. I am a 22-year-old game developer from Norway. I grew up playing a lot of games, and I was always fascinated by how they worked and how they are built. And that curiosity is what eventually led me into building games with UEFN. So for the past 2 years, I've been a game developer at Panville, a well-established UEFN studio where we've published several games together during my time there. Being here in Sweden feels very close to home, but it's also very inspiring to be here. Sweden has a very strong game development history with many big studios like Mojang and Avalanche. However, Norway, where I come from, the game dev scene is unfortunately much, much smaller. UEFN hooked me right when I had published my first game. A few days after installing the editor, my friends and I had built a very basic game. We published it, and we watched real players join in and play. And the feeling of seeing players interact with something I had built, despite it not being the greatest game, that kind of flipped the switch for me. Because making games no longer felt out of reach and complicated. It now felt pretty doable. And this fast build and publish loop in UEFN made the whole process very clear to me. And without it, I might not have gotten into game development at all. I think many people need that same spark that I experienced to get started making games. And when you ship something, even just a small thing, it proves that you can do it. So getting past that first milestone of getting something out there, it gives you the push to keep learning and keep building more. Now, without the UEFN community, I would have spent a lot of time figuring out everything myself. So the official UEFN Discord has been a huge help to me. I could post a question, and get answers within minutes. And I'm very thankful for that, and I hope other people get the same value from it as I did. Now, I've always liked making things. I used to love building Minecraft minigames, scrap mechanic contraptions, and even geometry dash levels, just to mention a few. And a lot of players feel the same urge to use their creativity. So as a developer, I think it's important that we give players room to make stuff too in games. So that brings me to a project from my work at Panville that I'm extremely proud of. It's a game that both pushes the limits of what's possible with UEFN and also lets the players express their creativity within our game. Here is Dress Up, a social fashion runway game in UEFN. Each round sets a theme and a timer. Then players have to use their creativity to mix and style outfits from a large collection of clothes. Now, when the timer ends, they walk the runway one by one and vote on each other's looks. Dress Up takes a very different approach to a core mechanic. You do not control the standard Fortnite character that's mainly used in UEFN. Our custom character enables us to use an in-house cosmetic system, which allows users to express their full creativity without being limited by paid cosmetics, as you would rely on in many other Fortnite fashion games. Now, building Dress Up was a 5-month-long process, and without the power of Verse, it would not have been possible to build at all. There's a lot of underlying Unreal technology that is being used to make Dress Up function, and by pairing Verse logic with creative devices, materials, level sequences, and control rigs, we've built a custom character whose clothing can be customized and animated with the character's movement. There's so much more I'd love to share, so feel free to just come and find me here at Unreal Fest and ask me questions. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Magnus. We're wishing you continued success in UEFN. We're continuing to invest in the Epic Games ecosystem, and there are a few more things that you should know about. Let's start with the Epic Games Store, where we're driving hard to be the most developer-friendly game store and the best place for players to discover games and play with their friends. The vision is one store, 4 platforms, and frictionless crossplay. We've got a rapidly growing catalog now of over 4,000 titles from more than 2,000 publishers, and we've reached 295 million users in the Epic Games Store, and in 2024, we eclipsed $1 billion of total spend. We're not stopping. The mobile store is really heating up too, with more than 40 million installs to date. We're on track to hit 70 million installs by the end of the year, and we're investing hard in EGS. Another way we're going to intend to grow the catalog is by launching our self-publishing tools on mobile, which will mirror the store's PC tool set and expand support to products across 4 platforms, as well as support new product types. We'll also be rolling out web shops in the upcoming weeks, so that you can enable players to make out-of-app purchases and avoid paying those egregious fees. Additionally, this helps you meet players where they are and own the relationship with them. You'll be able to send players from your games to make digital purchases from Epic web shops on any platform that allows it, including iOS in the EU and in the US, and more to come. Players that choose to spend via the Epic web shops will accrue 20% in Epic rewards on all their purchases through the end of the year. The tools are now live for the developers to start exploring and will be live to players very soon. So the world's biggest games are social and multi-platform. We see this as the future of gaming, which is why we're continuing to invest more and more in Epic Online Services. By using Epic Account Services in your game, you'll have access to an audience of nearly 1 billion players globally, as well as the flexibility to use a lot of standalone game services like crossplay, achievements, and multiplayer services, and more to come. Early next year, the Epic Social Overlay is coming to all platforms, mobile, PC, and console. And we'll provide the full social UI similar to Steamworks and PlayStation Network. You'll be able to connect with friends across platforms, devices, and games, delivering a better player experience while also boosting social discovery and acquiring new players. We also provide voice chat and moderation through Social Overlay and safety features that you can enable in your own games through Kids Web Services. which is our platform for parental consent management and age verification. It's home to the Age Graph, which is the world's largest and fastest growing network of pre-verified parents and guardians. And did I mention it's free? The purpose of Age Graph, it's free because we want Age Graph to really improve the experience for parents as they navigate digital experiences with their children. I can relate to how frustrating this is with so many kids in the house playing games, begging me for permissions and money. And it now includes over 30 million verified adults. So as Age Graph grows, fewer adults will be frustrated, like me, with the amount of information that they continuously need to provide for verification. Kids will get access to age-appropriate content with much less friction. And you, as developers, will benefit from greatly improved sign-up completion rates across all types of digital platforms and experiences. So we're excited to see that continue to grow. Fab is now available in the Epic Games launcher. So you can browse its entire library of content and access everything in your library directly from the launcher. You can also send assets to DCC tools and engines in one click and easily batch download and export content. This is bringing back all the awesome and amazing features that you love from the Quixel Bridge platform. Thanks. That team has been working really hard to launch features regularly to get to a fantastic place, and I think we're there. The one piece that's missing that people are looking for is text reviews, and I'm happy to announce that we're launching text reviews this year, so you'll be able to see detailed product feedback from other users in the community. No review bombing, please. You'll also find loads of new Megascan assets in an expanded catalog, which now includes over 300,000 SKUs and 20,000 publishers, dwarfing kind of what we had in the Unreal Engine marketplace. So this is a really vibrant community that continues to grow. All right, let's wrap things up. I hope you're enjoying everything so far, and that you're ready for what's ahead over the next couple days. There's a lot to take in. So here are a few quick reminders to help you navigate the experience and make the most of it. First, be sure to download the event app where you can browse the full schedule, build your personal agenda, and keep track of all the sessions that are happening here at Fest. Make sure everyone snap that. Okay. Don't miss the expo, where you'll explore everything the ecosystem has to offer, and be sure to say hello to our sponsors, AWS, Perforce, and Xsolla. Thank you, guys. And there's a networking mixer tonight at 5 p.m. At the expo. Tomorrow night, don't forget about our big party at Fallon. Buses are going to depart right here, starting at 6:15 p.m. Not right here, but outside. Your Fest badge is your ticket in, so please don't forget it. And that's it. Thanks again for being here with us, and have a great Fest.